Todd Ranck is back. A little happy hour on the Friday. This song's very apropos, a little OPP. All right, Sports Bash Live, 97.3 ESPN. Todd Ranck is back. Friday happy hours. Here we go. By the way, did you like that forecast, like 37 degrees?
Well, I was going to say, I thought April showers bring May flowers.
Ooh.
And, of course, you guys got 20-degree weather tomorrow. That's disturbing, to say the least, to be honest with you.
Well, it's been, to be fair, 37. I don't think it got down to 37 the whole winter. Like, this is going to be the coldest day of the damn year in 2020. I mean, I heard the guy say that. I was like, wait, did he just say it's going to be 37 degrees and it's going to feel like 20? I mean, that's awful for the weekend, but I guess my porch is going to be closed this weekend.
Did you guys get snow at all this past winter?
We didn't get a flake.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, it was barely under 40 degrees, the entire month of January, February. It barely got under 40 degrees.
So, I mean, you can't be that upset if you're going to get a little late push of the cold weather. I mean, you had it pretty good for the winter.
Yeah, I got no problem with the winter we had. If you give me this winter every single year, I am more than okay with that. All right, so a couple things. Last night was the NFL schedule being released. Now, yesterday we talked about spreads and, sports betting. We got a couple of spreads to start this thing off here. Week 1, I got Eagles +6 over Washington.
Wait a minute.
Plus
Eagles
6?
+6?
Yeah, they're favored by 6.
The -6.
No, Washington +6. Excuse me. The way that it's written on here, it's kind of bad. It says, Philadelphia, Washington's +6.
Hunter, you can see I was ready to put down my life on that bet as soon as he said
Well, I was going to say, now that, you could bet these right now so that these lines don't move on you. So Washington's a 6-point doggy dog.
Yeah, I mean.
At home. They're at home.
I'm still leaning. I mean, I know, and again, this isn't being biased to being an Eagles fan. You know me, and I'm out here on the West Coast, and, I would, but I'd still lean to the Eagles on that one. I'd probably take my 6 under a touchdown. I'd take it.
I mean, I don't know. We've been talking all day about how Washington can kind of be sneaky. They're at home. They're getting they're getting a touchdown here. I kind of like Washington with the points there, man.
Well, and who's going to be their starter right now? What are we looking at?
Well, we're looking at Haskins, it looks like.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the Eagles -6.
Well, I'll say this, though. We got to factor in coronavirus and not having these OTAs and not having these preseason games potentially, and the new head coach with a rookie quarterback. Well, yes, a very young quarterback. He did play last year. You can't just say that they're going to be able to cover that.
No, it's a good point, but I will say this. Their new head coach, always been a defensive-minded guy, and look, I love Chase Young. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to have an immediate impact on the NFL. But I just, if you're looking to me and I say Carson Wentz is healthy week 1, and you don't think the Eagles are going to play a little bit with Jalen Hurts and some little rinky-dink stuff that they're going to throw into the mix, I got a feeling I don't think the Redskins are going to be able to keep up with the Eagles. And again, it's all we don't really know much. So week 1, you're right, Hunter. There's always that question and that indecision. But I'm just going to I'm literally just going to go quarterbacks. I go Wentz, and head coach. Although I like Washington making the change, I still go with the Eagles. So for those two pieces, I would take the 6.
Now, you said something that concerned me. You said week 1, if Carson Wentz is healthy. Whoa! If he's already injured week 1, we are going to be in some trouble.
Well, has he had the coronavirus yet? Because if he hasn't, I hate to be a bearer of bad tidings, but those things can come into play.
But there was a report that 70% of people will end up getting it at some point, so you never know. But
exactly. That would be my thought. All
right, so a couple other spreads on week 1 that I want to see if you are ready to jump on right now. The biggest spread of opening week, -10.5, all right? Double digits in the NFL. Texans at Chiefs to kick off the season.
Yeah, I think I would take the Texans +10.5.
Ooh. You go
I think
again.
I would. And the funny thing is, because I think the Texans, to me, obviously they have a better quarterback than the Redskins. When you look at a spread like 6, and I know Hunter's argument was first week, we don't know what's going on. It's early. That's the reasoning that I would give to this game. Because I would say you've got a Houston team that usually plays well on the road. You've got a pretty good quarterback, veteran style. I think he can go in there and keep it close. I don't think the Chiefs will be kind of playing on all cylinders, right? I think it's going to be a feel-out game. I think most people are seeing last year and going, Chiefs, they're going to blow them out at home, and I would say a sneaky Houston team keeps it at least within 10.
All right.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Chiefs, after the Super Bowl, they're at home and all that. I feel like that team always comes out flat.
Double digits in the NFL is a big spread. You know, I mean, that is just a huge spread. So I think the Texans can totally cover that.
Yeah, here's another one. For the first time in 74 opening week games, in the 74 games, not 74 opening week games, 74 straight games, Tom Brady was the favorite. He is not the favorite right now. The Saints are favored by 5 over the Bucs on opening day.
Where's that game?
Right, they play that game in New Orleans.
Ooh.
Right, Tampa won that game down in New Orleans last year, by the way. I'd like you to remember that one.
Well, again, let's talk about this for a second. A lot of talent on Tampa Bay, but is that going to take some time to mesh? And, you know, as much as we want to have confidence in Tom Brady and we want to believe, do I need to see it first? But again, New Orleans, how does Drew Brees come out? You know, he's getting older. What's another year? And again, what does that offense do? Because there were a lot of close games for that New Orleans team last year. They weren't blowing people out every week. So, you know, I would lean to New Orleans, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
See, I think that's a sucker line. They want you to go Buccaneers. They want you to think Tom Brady's just going to come out opening day and beat the Saints in New Orleans. They want to suck you in with that line. I think the Saints will cover that.
All right, here's an interesting one. No Tom Brady, but the Patriots still are a touchdown favorite. They're playing Miami. Dolphins on the road at New England, but New England is a touchdown favorite, -6.
Doesn't this feel, Hunter, like they want to take Miami?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Of course they do. I just... Man, that's a tough one. And now,
that's a game that I wouldn't touch. To be honest with you, I wouldn't touch that game.
No, because my instinct is I want to take Miami. I want to take Miami, but I can't.
You need to.
And
you gotta go with those Dolphins. Gill, I mean, they played them tough. They played them tough. Those Dolphins did, and that team loaded up this offseason. I mean, I don't know if they win the game, but man, 6 points. You don't even know who the quarterback of that Patriots team is, right? I mean, look, if they go get Cam Newton, that line's going to change. You might want to jump on that thing now when it's -6.
Well, who is the starting quarterback for Miami? Well, is it definitely Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick, yeah.
It is. Okay. So.
Well, no. They could have Tua.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is he going to be the guy?
Not sure. I mean, we don't know if he's healthy. There's no training camp. I mean, this coronavirus, by the way, has everything up in the air.
Well, that's why these lines, man, just flip a coin. I mean, I'm wondering, should I start writing down my picks right now with you guys? So
I got the lines for every game this season, by the way. The home team, these are some numbers for you, all right? The highlight. The home team is favored 166 times. The road team is favored 74. There's 16 pick'em games. Week 5 has the most home favorites, 14 of 15 in Week 5. Week 7 is the only week where there's more road teams favored. Now, the top favorite, here we go. Baltimore is favored in every game this year. Wow. New Orleans is favored in 14 with 2 pick'ems. San Fran is favored in 13. They're a dog in 1. They're 2 pick'ems. Kansas City's favored in 14 and a dog for 2. Tampa Bay is favored in 12 games this year. Jacksonville is an underdog in all 16 games. How about that? Cincinnati's favored in 1. Carolina is favored in 2. The Giants are favored in 1. And Washington is favored in 2.
Wow. What'd you say?
Well, those lines will change as the season goes on.
Yeah, obviously. But if you bet all the games right now, you can get Jacksonville as an underdog in every single game this year. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Well, and what would you say the Eagles are favored in? How many games?
It didn't break it down by team, but I can rip through that email real fast and go through. Week 1, the Eagles are favored by 6. In week 2, they are -4 against the Rams. They are -10.
That's a small line.
-10 against the Bengals in week 3. In week 4, they are +5.5 at San Francisco. Ooh, a little West Coast swing there. They are +1.5 against Pittsburgh.
That screams Eagles.
+1.5 against the Ravens. -7 at home against the Giants. -2.5 at home against Dallas. Where are we at here? Week 9. I got Philadelphia is, I believe, on a bye that week, right? Yeah. And then week 10, down the stretch they come. They are -3.5 against the Giants. Pick them against Cleveland. Gee, well, the game's in Cleveland. Let's go week 12. Man, my email kind of got cut off here. Let's see what I got. Week 12, is that where we're at right now? Week 12, we got Philly is -2 against Seattle. That's on Monday Night Football. I know your eyes are up on that one. The Eagles haven't beaten Seattle since Moses wore short pants, man. I mean, it's been a long time. Week 13, -2. Green Bay is favored by 2.5. Week 14 is a pick'em against the Saints. What do you think about that?
I don't love it. I don't love them coming to Philly and being a pick'em.
And these lines are tight. I mean, their biggest game that they're the biggest dog is 5.5, isn't it, early in the season?
How about this? I see this one in week 15. Baltimore's favored in every game. Jacksonville's an underdog in every game. Baltimore plays Jacksonville in week 15. They're favored by 15.5.
Whew. And I
might take Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was remember last year, Miami was like a 20-point dog one week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was against New England.
Right, they covered those a couple of weeks in a row. So, all right, there we go, a couple spreads.
Wow.
There is a game on Christmas Day. So, Todd, Ranck, do you go NFL on Christmas Day or NBA on Christmas Day?
Yeah, I'll go NFL.
Ooh, you go with those football games. Now, that is a 4:30 kick.
Well, 4:30 for you or 4:30 for me?
Well, 4:30 Eastern time kick for the football game. So the NBA typically goes at noon, 3, 6, 9, or like 10. I mean, they give you like a 4 or 5 game slate on Christmas Day. So now they got to try to configure games around an NFL game.
Well, and I was going to say, those games start at 9 a.m. over here. So I actually can get in an NBA in the morning and then see the 1 o'clock football and then go back for an NBA night game. So that's not a bad day because, 4 NBA games, they're not all going to be good games, let's be honest. So, it'd be nice to break off. Right, because they
typically give you the Knicks on Christmas Day just because of the New York market. But typically they try to give you some goodies. I mean, Oklahoma City typically pops in there, it seems like. We'll see. I don't know. This year, think about this, though, guys. Christmas Day might be opening day for the NBA.
That could be wild.
Well, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about reconfiguring the NBA season and starting it on Christmas Day and then just keeping it like that.
What do you like? And they would keep an 82-game season still?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it would run through August.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I just – look, if every sport gets back to playing, you think that's going to be beneficial for the NBA to be playing during the baseball season and during, like, everything overlapping with one another? I don't know. I think it was
it normally overlaps with the end of the football season because we all say, well, the NBA season doesn't start until Christmas. So it's either you compete with the NFL early on in the season or you get to ride through summer where it's just baseball.
Right. The thing that the NBA owners are saying is, why are we playing games in September, in October, and November, and December when no one's paying attention to us? Let's play in December, and when people start to pay attention to us, and then go up against when baseball is in the dog days of summer for them.
So they're saying, let's start right towards the end of football. Let's have that lull when it's spring training time, February, March, and all of that. And then as baseball's kind of getting going is when we'll have our playoff push.
No, when baseball is kind of in the middle of like July and August, when people are like, all right, baseball, I'm kind of like, you've played a lot. That's when they would be coming down the NBA stretch. that's when the playoffs would be, and they would be in their playoffs in like mid to late summer.
You think the players' union is good, and as a whole, the players in the NBA would adopt and want that?
Well,
on
that's
a regular...
the question. Do they want to give up their entire summer? That's a question. I mean, they're so used to that, but that's what's on the table. All right, little Friday happy hour. Todd Ranck, we'll do it on the Fridays here on the Sports Bash, a little weekend. What do you got in? What's the cocktail of choice this weekend?
I go bourbon bullet is my preference, and I go with a little ginger beer, just a little bullet and ginger beer.
A little bullet, man. Wow. Well, heavy.
You know what
stuff.
I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Get the weekend going right.
Start strong and start early. And I got a friend actually in Jersey. It's their birthday today. We're going to be Zooming here in about 2 hours. So I have a cocktail in hand, and we're doing a birthday over Zoom.
All right, there we go. Friday happy hour here on the Sports Bash live on 97.3 ESPN. All right, man. Have a good weekend.
You too, guys.